Good evening, this is Nicholas from Gandora Gaming, and I bring you all my reveal for 3 new really great support cards. First things first, we have Sky Striker Ace, Azazel. This card is a link to Dark Machine Effect Monster with 1500 attack, link top left and bottom right. Materials are 2 light and dark monsters, must be link summoned. You can only use link summon with Sky Striker Ace. Azazel once per turn. This card is special summon. You target 1 card on the field, destroy it. Then you have 3 other cards in your graveyard, send this card to grave. And then once per turn during the damage step, if this card battles an opponent's monster, banish 1 spell in your grave, destroy that opponent's monster. This card is just free removal on legs for Sky Strikers, which is a godsend because this deck did have issue dealing with monsters that could not be targeted. This is non-targeting removal, which is fantastic. Not to mention, it's an easy monster to make. There is an issue that you do need to acquire 3 spells in grave or it's sent itself to graveyard, but that's pretty easy to do in Sky Strikers, especially in modern day, especially since you can't rely on Mystic Mine anymore. This card is pretty solid in general. It doesn't really add anything to the consistency of the deck, but definitely helps you get nice removal in the extra deck, which is awesome. And that's what I had to believe about this card. Also, the artwork isn't bad. I was wondering if we were going to get a new link, so this card is pretty decent overall. Next card we have is Protection of the Elements. When a spell with trap is activated, you can banish 1 face-up elemental or hero monster you control until the end phase. Negate the activation if you destroy that card. If you control elemental hero Terror, which never will, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Special summon 1 of your elemental hero monsters that was banished or in your hand or graveyard in good summon conditions. You'll use the effect to power the elements once per turn. That second part does not matter. The only effect that matters is that it's a spell and trap negate on legs as a counter trap, meaning you no longer lose the cards like Dark Rule no more evenly matched, Forbidden Droplet, and things of that nature. Now, the Nibiru is still going to eat your board, but this card is a pretty solid card in order to make your board with macrocosmos even stronger than it already was. Nice spell and trap negate is always welcome in a hero deck, and we finally have that. Now we just need a monster negate, and the deck's solid as fuck. Now, I really do not like the artwork, though. It looks like Infinity War, like Kryptonite guy, is just having radiation coming from him. It doesn't look like a hero card at all, but it looks cool, I guess. A really interesting card. When I first saw it, I didn't think it was a hero card until I read the effects. But overall, pretty decent card. I just think the only way to search it is with the new Neos monster, which means, are you playing the new Neos monster in hero combos? Not to mention, are you banishing what hero monster to the end phase? What elemental hero monster to begin with? That's a pretty good question too, because you do have to banish a card as cost. So I'm not sure exactly what you're banishing. You don't want to banish Sunriser because Sunriser is a free pop. So I'm not exactly sure. Maybe you can banish elemental hero Shadow Mist. I don't know, not Shadow Mist, the water one, and that might trigger it, but I'm not sure. And finally, for our last card, we have Golden Rule, a new equipped spell for Crystal Beast, which honestly is pretty fucking broken. It has the effect where this card is treated as a crystal card always, which is insanely good. And then it has the effect you can choose 2 Crystal Beast monsters from your deck and place them in the spell and trap zone as continuous spells. Then specify 1 Crystal Beast with a different name that has placed the cards from your hand to graveyard with the equipped spell, but destroy it when it leaves the field. This card is so stupid it's ridiculous. Not only is this a free reborn for anything in grave, but it special puts 2 things in your scales, meaning you just special summon, let's say Ruby Carbuncle's in grave, you activate this card, special summon Ruby Carbuncle, put 2 Crystal Beast Pegasus in your spell and trap zone. Ruby Carbuncle special summons other Pegasus, both Pegasus trigger because they're not once per turn. That's an insane plus advantage. This card is literally soul charge on crack from deck. Not the only issue, Crystal Beasts suck as monsters, but honestly, who cares? You just get free link material, you get free XYZ material from deck. This card's insanely good, and it's definitely going to make Crystal Beast much stronger than it already was. This definitely blows out any of the advanced Crystal Beast support right out of the water. This card's insane. I don't know how many copies you would play because you can only activate its name once per turn, not to mention it's searchable because it's a crystal card. So this card is highly, highly abusable. But I would say 2 or 3, if not. Maybe it's just a one-off. I'm not really sure. It definitely gets all your plays started. The fact you disperse them at any number. Now, you do need to get Ruby Carbuncle in rotation, but that should be easier said than done, especially with all that new Crystal Beast support we have. This card is insanely, insanely value, and I can't wait to see how Crystal Beast players abuse this card. Not to mention, the artwork is incredibly good. Pegasus in the artwork, a Ruby card with the 2 cats behind them is just pretty solid in general. Anyway, I hope you all enjoy. Take care. Don't do anything stupid, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.